We're talking Indigenous business, and we're talking with Brian Davey from NADF. It's James with Net News Ledger. Joining us from the Anishinaabe-Aski Development Fund is Brian Davey. Brian, welcome back.
Thank you very much for having me. It's great to be back.
We're working off of a notification today from Minister Rickford that the Northern Ontario Heritage Trust Fund amounts are going to be increased, and there's going to be money available for Indigenous business. What do our readers and viewers need to know?
Well, I think it's exciting to see this type of new development come from the government. It's much needed given the situation that we're involved in right now with COVID and the support that's needed for many of our businesses. I like the idea that they have, 15 for populations under $1,500, 1,500 people, that they have funds that are available for those businesses. I think it's up to $200,000, if I'm not mistaken. A percentage of that would require some kind of equity, but most of it would be grant or loan. And I think that's a good step in the right direction, because whatever support we can get out there from any source, and the Northern Ontario Heritage Fund has stepped up to the plate, and it's going to try and do their part. And I also like the Indigenous internship program that they have. That's fantastic when it comes to putting people to work and having the resources available for them to join companies and be a part of the workforce. So overall, I think we're a good step in the right direction from what I've read and from what I've heard up to this point. And let's see what happens. The issue, of course, is always the take-up and getting the First Nations to take advantage of the program, put applications forward. There might have been issues with this in the past. If you look at the overall uptake, the Indigenous uptake. So we're going to have to work hard and get out there and do what we can to get people interested in filing an application and taking advantage of the resources that are available under this program.
There's nothing like becoming your own boss.
It's just that's another resource that's available for you to be your own boss, because at the end of the day, when it comes to economical or development or wealth creation, if you don't have small business, if you're not there behind them, if you're not supporting them, you're not going to have much of an economy, because it's always small business, I find anyway, small and medium-sized businesses that step up to the plate and build our communities, provide jobs and wealth creation. So it is small business.
So we'll keep the conversation on that going, Brian. I wanted to get your input on this because it sounds like a good program with a lot of change in it.
Yeah, well, that's the interesting thing. I would have liked to see, given that it was being promoted as something that's new, something that's renewed or compared to the old, perhaps there should have been more of what was there now and what is new today compared to what in the announcement compared to what was there before. So, but based on my limited knowledge of the previous program, I think there was a lot there to be satisfied with, and I tip my hat off to Mr. Rickford and the rest of his colleagues and what he did, and I think we're going to go a long way and benefit from this program.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you very much for having me, James.
To keep up to date, you have to subscribe. You have to hit that like button and hit the notification to stay in touch.